Hi, this is Lee, and this is a video of me painting Demodog miniatures from the board game Stranger Things Upside Down. The game comes with 4 Demodogs and 1 Demogorgon, and then the Demodogs are 2 of each pose, and then one is like this, has its head closed, the other one has it open. All the paints I used in the video were from Citadel base paints from Games Workshop. It was Zandri dust, it was mourfang brown, it was mephisto red, abandoned black, corax white, and then also averland sunset. I was trying to mix for a little bit reddish, desaturated brown color. So it was a mixture of the Zandri dust and then a little bit mourfang brown, and then I did adding black just to lower the saturation, and then editing mephisto red to make the red tone in the color, of course. The details of the miniature are great, and then you can essentially just follow the muscle structures to easily paint out the whole structure, make it look good. The pose is dynamic. It has this, the whole body leaning backward, and then the right front leg is reaching out, and then the head is slightly turned to its right side, and then the pose has a obvious light settings. Like if you're looking from the front, the right side obviously is the area which need to be highlighted, and then the other side need to be in the shadow, unless you have another secondary background lighting setup in the mind. But I didn't. I just want to have it simple. So the right side of the Demogorgon is in the highlighted area. The left side, which is the back side, is in the shadow area. That's how I deferred the light and shadows in this miniature. Again, the left front leg, the right front leg is reaching out, and then the shoulder muscle group is essentially the area which you may or may not want highlighted the most, and then the rest, obviously the head, the back bear, the ribs, the left, the right back leg, and then you may also want to highlight a little bit of the joints of some muscle groups in the backside, even that's in the shadow area, but you still want to enhance the structure a little bit. Right now I'm trying to just highlighting the right front leg, the shoulder bed, the muscle groups, the ribs. I added in Averland Sunset just to make the yellowish color pop up more, and then make the whole brightness loaded. And then I'm using the same color on the head as well, and then slightly on the back leg, because that's, less highlighted, but it's still at the highlight area. Mostly just the right front leg. The whole process of painting this miniature was relatively short. It took me like 10 minutes or 15 maybe. The whole video is like 30 minutes, but includes like 2 Demodogs, one of this pose, and then one of the other one with the head opened. They all follow the same process, follow the muscle structure, paint over the base color, and then paint over the highlighted area, and then enhance the structure a little bit, and then apply the varnish. All similar process, and then it's about 10-15 minutes each. So it is small after all, and then the muscle groups again is very detailed, and then that's all you need to follow the muscle group. Wherever the structure bumps out, you apply a highlighted. Wherever it goes in, you apply you may or may not want to apply an extra layer of shadow just to enhance the structure. I primed this miniature in black, and the black primer is essentially the darkest color of this miniature, which means I don't have to spend too much time on the shadow area because it's already primed in black. All I need to do is focus on the base color and then some highlighted area. I didn't even paint the base color fully because there are areas that just need to be really black, really dark, and then I just left those areas in with black primer. I didn't speed up this video, so it's just real time, and then there's not much else to talk about for this specific miniature, and then I'll probably just shut up and then wait till I paint the next one. This is the other Demodog pose, and it has its head wide open. The structure inside of this, like the teeth, is less detailed. They didn't make it like really stand out. They are still like half attached to the surface. So well, again, less detailed, and then you may or may not find some trouble just to highlight those teeth. For the main body, again, same color, same process, zandri dust plus a little bit mourfang brown, editing black to make it dark, and then editing red to give the color a red tone, and then paint over. Follow the muscle structure. Again, I just have this set it similar to the previous Demodogs. The right side of the body, the front side is the highlight area, the other side is shadow area. So the highlight of this Demodog still mainly on the right front shoulder, and then following the muscle groups around it, and then obviously the head. And then this one is a bit different because it has its head wide open, and then you have to paint over the skins inside the mouse, and then have the teeth highlighted like individually. Ideally, you would want to highlight every single tooth like individually, but it is just not that detailed enough. Allow you to highlight the tooth every single one. Well, we'll see about that in just a few minutes. Again, trying to highlight the shoulders already, applying more zandri dust to enhance the base color, and then also as part of the highlights. I think I felt the averland sunset was a little bit too much and makes it too yellow, so I use zandri dust as less yellow but very bright compared to the initial base color, to apply as a highlight color. It's a little bit blurry here. My phone wasn't doing autofocus, so well, I mean, you can see it now, so a little bit. The back side, again, same, just adding a little bit more darker color to make sure the back side it is darker than the other side, because it is in the shadow area that I had in mind. But the highlights on the muscle structures still need to be applied. It is in shadow doesn't mean that the structures won't have any highlights, so it is just going to be darker than the bright side, but all the muscle groups still need to be enhanced, still need to be shown. Yeah, it's relatively easy to be painted. If you have patience, just follow the muscle structures one stroke by one stroke, and then leaving some brush strokes on the muscle groups is better than like a flat color applied onto the top, because brush strokes offers you extra details, and then muscles are just those kind of structures that can be applied with those brush strokes details. You can simulate the muscle structure by using those organized brush strokes. So it is a good thing to paint muscles with one stroke by one stroke. You want those brush strokes on the surface of the minis. You want those brush strokes to be part of the details. Again, this one took me about 10-15 minutes, give or take like 2-5 minutes. So it's about like 10 minutes each miniature for those Demodogs. The only thing I spent a little bit more time in this one was probably just the the head, the mouse, the teeth inside. Right now I'm trying to paint over the red part in the mouse, and then this movement was all just covering red paints over. Because I primed in black, red can be a little bit difficult to paint over black primer. You need to have some extra layer of paints to supply the actual color itself. So if you paint red directly on a black primer, it will end up with a very dark red, and then it looks nothing like the paints. But it's just because the capacity of the paints you apply isn't enough, and which most people apply multiple layers with same paints, and then that's just the idea of how to paint colors. One layer doesn't give you full opacity of the paints. You need multiple layers to achieve that effects. And then because it's not full capacity, so the color you apply on will contain like part of the base color. So if you're painting on black, it will be a little bit dark. If you're painting on white, it will be a little bit plain. So you need some extra colors to back up your base color. For example, in this one, you may want to add a little bit of yellow to make the red orange-ish a little bit to cover the darkness that your black primer you may bring. And then also for the highlights, you adding white to make the red pinkish to show the highlighted the color is highlighted. And then essentially it is also enhancing the whole structure. It is framing this head structure, and then it is makes the shape bumps out even more to make it more recognizable. And then it is also part of the details. See all those like extruded bit on the side of the structure. They are just the detail of this shape. They are a part of the miniature. They are sculpted on the miniature. Those are the details you want to enhance, you want to pop up. Still trying to adding white, adding highlights onto those structures. I think I use a little bit dry brush, not the brush but the technique, by using this brush to apply the white color on the two teeth. I actually try small dry brush trying to cover the white paints over all the teeth, but it doesn't work as it is small, and then your dry brush will affect all other areas. So you may just want to use a small brush and then painted those teeth like one by one, not necessarily one by one, but using the side of the brush to paint those teeth rather than using the actual small dry brush to dry brush on top of it. Will create a small mess. Trying to enhance the shadow area, and then trying to enhance the structure. So it's 5 pieces of those spring or mouth shape, and then lips, or you may say. Still trying to enhance the structure, adding more white. Alright, so this is the Demogorgon I painted. It is bigger and it does contain more complex muscle structures. The one thing need to be noticed is on the upper legs. It contains this overlaid structure of like a armorish skin. You may or may not want take care of that. And then again, similar to the previous Demogorg, I used right side as highlighted area, left side a little bit darker. But for this one, not necessarily differentiating to light and dark. It is more like I spend more time on the right side, less time on the left side. And then the T structure on this miniature on the Demogorgon is way better than the Demodogs before, so you can actually just paint one by one and having a great result. But still, all the T's are attached to the piece of lips. So I don't know. I think they should be able to create T's like straight out rather than have it attached, lay down in the inner side of the mouse. So that's all 5 miniature enemy miniatures in the Stranger Things Upside Down Demogorgon 2 set of Demodogs. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully my video can bring you some inspirations, and I shall see you next time.